Divisa Now, the #1 place for news and politics.
Welcome to Divisa Now. I am your host, Edward Wenigan. Tonight, we will be talking about the new political party, Action Divasa, their platform, their leadership, and potential election prospects. Party leadership consists of Ojian, Yo, and Eva Sovereign, who is the official party leader. Now that we've got that out of the way, let us talk about the party's platform. It is a nationalist, family values, anti-immigration, anti-globalist, and anti-leftist party. It is also a far-right, right-hand party, accepting many different types of far-right people, supporting most forms of conservatism and reactionism, and all forms of nationalism except for civic nationalism. It supports a strong and greater Divisa, and believes in the power of the people, their being, and their culture, as well as family values, traditional family values that is, and traditional family roles, and very strict gender roles for both men and women. It is anti-leftist and anti-progress, especially in terms of culture. To quote a member of the party's leadership, Ojian, progressive culture is simply degradation of one people to another. So now that we've talked about the party's platform, we can now talk about Action Divasa's potential alliances going into the next election. So I think they're going to be unlikely to work with the Communist Union of Working People, Revolutionary Socialist Divisa National Renewal Front, or the Market Socialist and Neo-Division Rehabilitation Front, as they are all far-left parties. The Union of Working People, the UWP, is communist. The New Division Rehabilitation Front, the NDRF, is market socialist, as I mentioned before. But Divisa National Renewal Front, or the DNRF, do have some common grounds with the Action Divasa in the form of hardline nationalism. But we'll have to see how much that actually binds them together compared to their many differences. The nationalism would also likely be shown in very different ways, where it is likely to tear them apart. They're also unlikely to find common ground with the laissez-faire centrist Republican Party, or the CRP, and have basically no common ground with them at all, except that they're both right-wing. But the CRP is more center, more pro-freedom, compared to the authoritarian right-wing Action Divasa. Foxhound Party, which is a liberal-right party, is more likely to work with the Action Divasa. So while they are also libertarian laissez-faire, which is a strong difference, they are both conservative and religious, and are key parts of the party's ideology. So they could find common ground there, and work together to achieve a common conservative and religious idea. But how likely that is, I'll probably have to lean on the side of unlikely, as Foxhound is more likely to go through more libertarian approaches, and more grassroots approaches compared to the top-down approach that is likely to be favoured by Action Divasa. But they are likely to work with monarchist and conservative Purian Unionist Party, or the PUP, which is very off-right. Probably not as off-right as Action Divasa, but would probably be able to be folded into Action Divasa due to its right-hand policy. And they're not exactly anti-monarchist. They don't seem to be pro-it, but it's not part of the party's platform as of yet. We have to see when they release a manifesto. But it's certainly not part of the party's core ideology. But nor is it being against monarchy. So we will have to see. But I can definitely see them working together, especially as the PUP is quite small right now. The Christian Democratic Patriotic Party, known as the Social Group Democratic Alliance, is probably the second most likely to work with the Action Divasa Party, as they are both religious, and they are both conservative. But I don't think they're as likely to work together as the PUP, mainly because the SGDA are they are pro-market, they are pro-social market, which is a strong disagreement they have with Action Divasa. It's another disagreement they have with Foxhound Party, because Foxhound is market without the social. But for those reasons, we'll have to consider an alliance between the SGDA and the Action Divasa Party to be unlikely. So, going into the next direction, how do I think they will go? Well, I think they will probably not win the majority of seats, simply because of how packed the right wing of the field is. You have Foxhound, you have the SGDA, you have the CRP, and they are all more moderate and more likely to attract a centrist, more moderate average voter. Other than that, I can't really tell you that much. The Action Divasa Party has the highest voter count, highest membership of all the parties, but we will see how much that actually impacts voter totals, because membership is not the same thing as voters. Sorry. We have to leave it off there. I have been your host, Edward Rennigan, and this was Divisa Now.